Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Morg and Hallie Stevens-Drake.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to Between Us Moms. I am thrilled to introduce you to today's guest. I can almost guarantee that you fell in love with her on the OC or Entourage, maybe Heart of Dixie or The Arrangement. I loved them all. You've probably come to stay obsessed with her acting career ever since. She is a beloved Hallmark star, appearing in over a dozen movies for the network. I know I love myself some Hallmark. She is talented, gorgeous, mindful, spiritual, inspirational. She runs the Earth School, which I can't wait to talk with her about. And she's big on just telling people to reclaim their lives and to be the best versions of themselves. She's a boy mom of two. Please, everybody, welcome Autumn Reeser to the podcast.
Woo!
Hi. What a great intro. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to just like set the tone, talk about your accolades, what you've done in your career and in your life, but also like we want to give you an opportunity kind of before we start to set the intention of like what you would want our listeners to take away from this episode as they're like hearing from you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like this is a very emergent space. So I feel like we will be finding out the answer to that together.
Fair.
What the big takeaway is from this as we go. But I think, one of the things that I really love working with people on, because I do one-on-one work with people too, is what is the higher story of your life?
Mm.
I think we really are seeing this in the collective right now. We really see some like lower dark timelines happening right now. And I know that this is something people walk through, like the hard parts of their life, the stuff that's really dark, and they can get stuck there. And really, it's like, what is the new story? What is the divine story running through your life? And this is what I wish for humanity as well, too, that there is a mass awakening, that there is something bigger than us moving through us at this moment that leads to beauty and joy and harmony. And that's what I want for everybody in their individual lives as well.
Oh my gosh.
This is the day to take
I
this
love you
episode.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, this was
You're so
made for
cute.
me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Truly. I mean, when you say that and when you kind of talk about your life, and I feel like you've talked a lot about this on Instagram, like reclaiming your narrative and who you are. And yeah, getting through those dark times. Can we kind of start there? Like what happened where you were like, I'm ready to see light. I am ready to like rewrite this.
Oh my goodness. That is a long story. I'm actually writing a book right now because of exactly that, because it was such an epic journey for me that to try to tell it in small pieces on various podcasts or on Instagram or Substack got overwhelming. I was like, that's it, I'm writing a book. Because then it can all be in one place. But really, so many of us go through this. This is the heroine's journey. So the hero's journey is a very external journey. And a lot of us as women live in that early on. We're chasing externals, the accolades that I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. And this was very much the journey I went on, and I accomplished it. By the time I was 30, I had an acting career, which is so difficult to accomplish. I had a big house, I had the dog, I had the husband, I had the baby, like all of the things. And I felt like I woke up in somebody's life in 2012, somebody else's life that was not mine.
Wow.
Wow.
I moved to Hawaii. I was on a show that was shooting in Hawaii. And my husband at the time did not move with us, which is a longer story. And I finally had space. And also, Hawaii is such a magical place that really speaks to you and brings out things that maybe you haven't seen yet. It's very supportive energy. And I was like, I think this is not my life.
When you moved to Hawaii without your husband, were you already a mom? Because
Yes,
so you
I had
moved
a
there
1-year-old.
with your 1-year-old and
Yes.
on your own.
My mom quit her job to come with us and support me.
Wow. Oh,
When people say mother,
moms.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what the show's
Yes.
all about. Yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Mom. Love you, Mom.
like you as a mom, your mom as a mom, like just moms really rally and there's a reason why people call them superheroes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and I think a lot of times because we have to be, because we understand connection. Matriarchal lines are moving in a circular way through connection, through sisterhood, through tending in those ways. And I think when it's needed, we show up.
Yeah.
It's interesting you talk about waking up and feeling like you weren't in your own life because I actually feel like a lot of women, like we check all those boxes. We do everything society tells us we need to do to be happy and to be successful, in quotes. And I think a lot of times women get to this place where they have it all, they've had the kids, and then they feel like, wait, this isn't my life. Did you feel like you struggled with your identity after becoming a mom?
For me, it wasn't so much about identity. It was, oh my gosh, where do I even? It was my relationship was not a healthy relationship. And I
Mm,
really had to wake up to that, like how thinking of myself as a strong, accomplished woman and in a relationship that was not healthy for me was a real awakening for me. And so like after I had that initial moment, I had some really profound, I don't want to go that far into it, but really profound awakening at 33 that
mm.
then took me on what the heroine's journey is, which is the journey of descent, the journey within, the journey to reclaim ourselves, the goddess that's been hidden within the sacred fire, the sacred flame. That's the heroine's journey. And so many of us know the hero's journey. I mean, Joseph Campbell popularized it, but the heroine's journey, even though there's books written on it, it's hidden like the goddess herself, like so many of women's stories have been hidden. And so to have walked through it in like descending into the shadowlands within myself, within patriarchy, within my marriage, within the culture, all of it to come back to my voice.
Mm,
So many of us are silenced as well,
mm-hmm.
has been that journey.
Yeah.
Coming back to I'm allowed to tell my story and it's beautiful, you know?
Yes. And since that time, like, look at how much you have done, right? Like, do you ever just take a moment to be like, I did this? And like, do you feel proud now of like the life you have really created for yourself? I feel like we want this always to be a space of like, where people take something away, like, oh my gosh, I can do it if she can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. There were so many moments that I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is too hard. I became a single mom when my kids were, I left my marriage when my kids were 3 and 11 months. And because it was like, and I'm done. And, and there were so many moments where it's hard, and I
Hmm.
also want to, give credit to my ex-husband. It's like, he's there. He's not out of the picture. He's there also. The children, I share custody with him. So I do want to say that as well, because I know so many women are left completely on their own with no resources,
Yeah.
and it is just hard having the burden now that we're not raising children in villages. We're in individual little pods and houses and, not in our hometowns, a lot of us as well. And so the isolation of trying to keep two small children alive was so intense. It
I
was so intense.
I don't know how you did it because my kids are really young and Hallie's kids are really young and my kids have a 13-month age gap between them.
Yeah, you went right away.
It was not planned
So
that way, but it was meant to be that way. And I'm thinking about you like in the thick of it and like diapers and potty training and also on your own essentially like in a new state. And yes, you have your mom, but like, man, we all
yeah.
go through things that make us realize how freaking strong we are, and that had to have been that moment for you. And you post a lot on Instagram about like returning to your heart, living in the present, rediscovering yourself. So, like, how would you describe your life today and like your relationship with your boys today, having gone through all of that so many years ago
Yeah,
now?
yeah. Well, I'll start from the present and then I'll work a little bit backwards. My boys are 12 and 14 right now, and they're awesome. And we just moved to a new town maybe like 6 months ago, and the day before first school for them, and the day before we moved, I was walking around, I'm gonna cry. I was walking around our old house. It was an apartment that I lived in. And I just burst into tears in their room because I was like, it was so hard. Those moments when they were little, and that's where they were. That's where the hardest parts of my journey were in that 2 bedroom, 1 bath apartment that we were all in. And I was like, I need something contained so I don't have a lot to take care of. I went from living this very big life to learning what was important to me
Mm.
and pouring my energy there. And so I downsized everything so that I could focus on my job and my children.
Mm.
And moving here 6 months ago was such a big shift where everybody has their own bedroom. I'm no longer sharing a bathroom with 2 boys. It's glorious. It's gorgeous, you know? But it also required the honoring and grieving of that self, the one who survived that their childhood with them, and the acknowledgement that they're awesome. They're such cool kids and I love hanging out with them, and they need me in different ways now when they get to this age. And I love it. I love young teens, even the sassy parts of them. Like they're fun and they're smart and you can have interesting conversations. And there's part of me, it's like, we did it. Like, okay, all right, we're here. And of course, it's never done, but that real heavy lifting of having young children that both of you are in, it's like, it's so beautiful to have come out the other side of it and to have raised children that so far feel that their psyches are intact.
Mm,
It's
mhm.
like, I'm like, okay, and they're getting good grades and all of that. And so I really did have that moment of like, okay, and
Yeah.
take a breath for a minute.
I bowed down because being postpartum and feeling like you probably felt a little bit like your world was falling apart. Like,
Yeah.
I
And
am very impressed by you.
Me
that
too.
piece that oh my gosh, you're so sweet. It's the most important job in the world, raising up the next generation and trying to remove the amount of trauma that kids continuing to be passed down to try to keep them protected from that, right?
Yeah.
But what you speak about, the why I speak so much about coming back to the heart, I think when you've received heartbreak and betrayal, those type of feelings, it's very hard to alchemize that and move through it. And that is the gift. And that's actually what we're all here to do. That whatever we're moving through, how do we bring it back to love?
Yeah.
How do I turn it into forgiveness, understanding, wisdom, so that I can view my whole life as a teaching? And this is why I call my community Earth School. It's all teaching. You're in a classroom. You're in the classroom of God, the divine, at every moment. And the more I do that, the more I move into being a co-creator and not a victim to my life.
Mm.
Even though many of us have been victimized, right? I don't want to minimize that. But it's the journey of empowerment or reclamation is to come into, I'm the heroine of the journey. Everything's happening for me. Should I choose to alchemize it?
Oh, it's so good to hear you talk about this and to see you on the other side, because I think there's probably so many women listening who are either thinking about leaving their marriage, but think it's too hard because how do I do this alone? How do I raise these kids? And to see you here having done all this work and return to your heart is really inspiring. Is there anything you would say to the single moms who are in the thick of it, who are trying to do that self work in the midst of raising little people? Any like words of encouragement that you might share?
Yeah, take your time and be gentle with yourself. You don't have to do it all at once. It's impossible to do it all at once. You're right on time. Your journey has been designed so that it can all happen in divine timing. Because I
Mm.
think if I could go back, I would be gentler to myself about feeling like I needed to be healed and get through it right now. It's like your life will take you on that journey. Don't worry. God
Yeah.
has already laid it all out for you. It's planned. It's okay.
Yeah.
But so many of us and the culture encourages this, run ourselves into the ground, into exhaustion, deplete ourselves, be the perfect mom, do all of this. And it's like, just take a breath. Is everyone alive? Did
Yeah.
everyone eat right now? Yeah? Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you can take 5 minutes, and I know that's also really hard when you have small children, but an intentional 5 minutes or even an intentional minute or 3 minute where you put your hand on your heart and you
Mm.
give that love to yourself that you're looking for outside yourself. You can only get it from within and from God, right?
Mhm.
I'm here. I love you. You're doing a great job. You
Mm.
can do that in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you stop seeking it outside of yourself.
Right.
Mm. You are a breath of fresh
Yeah.
air. And you know what? Your social media is too, because in the world where it's like there's so much like chaos.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's
And then
crazy.
when I see you post and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she's sharing like you're feeling what we're all feeling, but you are speaking about it in like such a poetic way. And like you are bringing a sense of calm to the world. And I feel like that probably ties back to Earth School. Can you speak to that a little bit and what you hope to like teach the people who are coming to Earth School? I know they're the newest Earth School starts March 20th,
Yeah, it
right?
opens March 20th
March
will be
20th.
you can start signing up. I think we're gonna open it probably like near the end of February
Okay.
for signups, and it'll be a 9 month journey. And the idea is how to walk a path of transformation and awakening in your everyday life because we're busy. And
Yeah.
so many programs are out there. It's like, okay, join me every Monday and it's gonna for 2 hours. And it's like, that's dinner time in my household. I am unavailable,
Yeah.
you know? But we're also craving community and we're craving a structure and a support system. And so I created Earth School as kind of an answer to those questions and an answer to what I needed as I was walking this path of coming back home to my heart.
Mm.
And so I've designed it to be really gentle for people and really supportive. And I've been journeying with a group of people we've been journeying for about a year and a half. And it's been beautiful to watch the results in people's lives and people feeling supported. And I received the call, I answered it, and then it's turned into this really, really beautiful gift in my life.
It's amazing to think that you're doing all of this for other people. I can only imagine how blessed your sons are to be the beneficiary of just being your sons. Raising two boys in this world feels really daunting. What are you prioritizing at home and what are you trying to teach them?
Who, yeah, raising boys
Yeah.
in this world. Honestly, it's such an honor. I'm so grateful that I was gifted with boys. Like, I so understand now, like that gift. I definitely had the moment where I was like, no, I want the little mother-daughter moment. And now I'm like, oh no, God knew exactly what was the right thing. It's such a blessing. Yeah, and raising men who are both strong and kind.
Mm.
And I've always thought I'm not raising children. These are future men, right? And so
So
there's
true.
there's responsibility there, and I don't take it lightly. I think one of the things obviously is consent, and that's something that starts with all of us. Like, do you want to play this game or do you want to play this game? That's just basic. It's for girls, for boys, for everybody, but
Yeah.
especially important for boys. And like, man, are we seeing that in the collective right now?
Uh-huh.
Right? So let's install that in the first. Did they say yes or did they say no? It's just on the playground. Can you play with that toy or can you not? You cannot. They get to
Yeah.
say no.
Right.
And this is like part of the old conditioning. You have to share, you have to share. Right now, why? That kid is having a great time playing with that truck. Just you can do something else. You're in charge of you and
Yeah.
your feelings, and you can do something else right now. There are other things to do. It
Mm.
starts that early and it's that simple,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? What you want is just as important as what I do, and beginning with a foundation of respect. You can take it all the way down to like cellular level, this concept of reciprocity and mutual respect.
I love hearing you say that. And we had a guest on recently who said something like they're teaching their boys no. Like, even when somebody is too scared to say no, like the word is no. And when I think about your career, like the shows you've been on, for some reason I straight went to like Entourage, where it's like a very male heavy everything.
Yeah.
And I wondered, like, how will you, A, would you let your boys watch Entourage? But also, B, what if they see something on Entourage and you have to like, quickly explain like that's just TV, or like do you have to have those kind of conversations?
When they get to be teenagers, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like we just watched Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Which is an old, I'd never seen it before. I loved it. I thought it was
Ah.
such a beautiful
Hmm.
movie about like high school and those nostalgic years and connection and belonging, and we all loved it. But there's some heavy storylines that show up at the end that we, had to have a conversation about. And we're learning as we go. These are conversations that we didn't have with our parents. I think a lot of us from my generation. And so we're doing it for the first time. I'm doing it for the first time. And I had a friend who gave me some good advice on just life and relationships in general, like, and communication. Let it be messy. You're gonna mess up. This is advice to all moms out there too. You're gonna mess up. You are. You are.
Yeah.
There's going to be
Daily.
things yep. You're gonna have to walk it back. Years from now, there are things I've walked back with my kids, apologized for when they were younger, like getting mad at them about something just because I was really tired and more angry than the me of right now would have liked to show up as? Would I have liked to have stayed completely in my center? Yes. Did I? No. Apologize, move on. And then I also think that's such a beautiful teaching for our children, right? That they get to witness us, that we can stay in love and connection and make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to make a mistake and apologize and be brought back into love.
That's such a big one, apologizing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially when it's like you're the parent and
Yeah.
It gets easier though. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
because you mentioned the perks of being a wallflower. So I love that book growing up. And there's actually a line in that book, we accept the love we think we deserve.
Yeah.
I'm curious now, like if you don't mind me asking, like what type of love now do you feel like you want, need, and deserve?
Divine union.
Mm.
Sacred love, or don't give it to me.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I really feel that I've gone on the journey to be a match for that.
you deserve it.
Thank
Yes.
you. We all do.
We all deserve love. That's a truth.
Yeah. But dating, I feel like when you have children, I imagine is heavier
Well,
because
it's been my only experience because I got partnered when I was 21. We
yeah.
moved in together at 21. So my only real dating experience was as a single mom starting at like
Wild.
34.
That's wild.
It was
Wait.
wild. I'd never been on a date where I could have a drink.
Also, you can't go on dating apps because people recognize you.
Nope.
So it's like, what are you supposed to do? Like, do you
I
have
don't
like,
know. Is anyone listening to this podcast who has my future partner?
I actually might know someone for you. Is that weird?
I love that you asked this question. I'm calling it in because
Yeah.
I really have not wanted to really dive into partnership over the last 10 years, coming out of such an intense early experience. And then having small children was
Right.
like, I am at capacity.
Yeah.
I'm at capacity. And so I don't even think I was really seeking that. I definitely was, really dating for the first time and having fun, but not seeking like, let's get right back into union. And now my children are like, they're junior high and high school, they're launching. And now I'm like, hey, wait a second. Yeah, I think I'd like to call that in.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, she's ready. She's ready. Bring it. What
You're
would that
so cute.
person look like?
No,
Or you open?
no, I'm gonna
No.
leave it.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it up because
Fair
really,
enough.
to me, it is energy. It's energy, and I think coming at any of it from the mind or putting a shopping list is what gets us on the wrong track.
Yeah.
I
It's,
agree.
it's energy, and it's also, I'm such a big proponent of timing. Like
Yeah.
people have to be ready and they have to be open at the same
Yes.
time. I want to talk about acting for a second because you have done so much. You've worked with so many incredible people. Is there somebody that you've worked with that you would love to work with again? Or is there someone who is like an amazing parent that you have worked with that you were like, I love that person's parenting style, and you just want to like shout them out?
Oh my gosh, what a great question.
Thanks.
That's such a great. I mean, I've worked with so many people who are amazing parents. Like I feel like I can't even single somebody out on that. Like the nice thing is, working in Hallmark as long as I have, the people who stay and who keep working there, they're good people.
Yeah.
And they're good parents. And I think it's pretty universal that anybody that I've had as a co-star who's a parent is a good dad. It really is. It's universal. They love to talk about their kids. You feel the love they pour into their kids. It comes in different ways because we're all different.
That's nice to hear, especially as it's funny because the first time I think I met you was like at a Hallmark event, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, I want to take a photo with her.
I don't remember that.
I very much remember it. And it's like, it's such a nice thing to know that the people that love Hallmark, the people are also just as magical as you would think that they are.
Yeah, really, truly. I've met so many amazing people that way.
Being a working parent, at least Katie and I have both felt that like your priorities shift, the things you want to commit to, like everything just almost overnight changes. Have you had to turn down anything, any job that your younger self would have jumped at the opportunity to take?
Ooh, you guys are really good at this. You're really prepared. You're asking really good. I have a question. Yes, and I'll come back to
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But how do you guys manage with such young children?
Mm.
How are you guys able to be this prepared and have time to like really genuinely, this is a question for both of you.
You're going to make us cry.
Honestly, because it's a juggle. I mean,
It's-
I think anyone listening to this knows it is, you can smoke and mirrors. Like I was on a phone call up until 2 seconds before closing one chapter before we started this chapter. It's all just a juggle. It's
I was
chaos.
putting both of my girls down for a nap, so they're both sleeping right now. That is the beauty of having them so close together is they're on the same nap schedule. So I put them down and then I just pray and I have my monitors on right here. And that's
I am in awe of you. Thank you for spending your nap time with me. That is
yes.
precious gold.
We like believe in this so much and like we were both very much like working full-time women and I think something for me like really shifted when I became a mom to two like back to back and I was like I want to have something still that kind of like what you have. It's like you want to grow something and you want to have something and you want to I love having these conversations and I love having this scheduled time with Hallie who is a former coworker, yes, but a best friend. And this is like a special thing for us to like get to talk about, other people's motherhood journey. So you make the time for things that are important to you, even if it's like, yes, sometimes during nap time I get to do a Peloton right behind me and sometimes I get to work on this and you just figure it out.
Well, I'm very impressed with both of you.
Oh, back at you, girl. Back at you.
Look what you have done.
I know.
This is something that I'll say, and you guys are embodying it right now. It's literally just one step at a time. Like this last year, I looked at everything that I did this last year, which is I had a musical that I co-wrote out in New York in a festival. I hosted women's retreats. I did a movie. There was all of this stuff, but it was like all of that happened. The seeds for it were planted years ago. Like when I was writing the musical, it was during the pandemic in little tiny bits of time. And so I think what can happen for us is we can be so hard on ourselves because we're not seeing everything right now. It's one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And that's how we plant the seeds that then grow into the bigger trees, and you guys are both doing it. And
It's like God knew we needed to talk to you. Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a season.
I remember a mom, my friend Brianna's mom, telling me at her birthday brunch when I was there with Finn and he was like 4 months old and I was like in it. I was like, I just want to read a book because I was a big reader at the time. And she's like, sweetheart, you will have time to read again. It was so hard to hear that because what I wanted to say is, but I don't right now and I'm losing it. But she was right.
I know we're almost out of time, but I'm curious, is there anything that you used to worry about so much that you no longer worry about?
Oh my gosh. The answer is absolutely yes. I think that the best medicine for most things is be here now. This is Ram Dass's teaching. And it really is true. There's no other moment but the one right in front of you. The one right in front of you has the most juice, the most lessons, everything you could possibly need right now. And it's the remedy for depression and anxiety because depression, you're in the past, anxiety, you're in the future.
Ooh.
The remedy's found in the here and now, and your heart is only beating in the here and now.
Yeah.
So that's why I teach so much about coming back to that place because it's all right here.
Wow. That's put it on. Yeah. Make it my alarm in the morning.
What you just said, I think rings true for so many people. And that's probably why depression is such a big thing and anxiety. And I also think we're scrolling social media and we're, freaking out about the future and we're feeling anxious, at least for me right now.
Well,
That's kind of the space that I'm in because I'm like, what does the world look like in 10 years and 15 years for our
especially as
children?
moms with young children. Yeah, of course. Always like, my babies and the future, all of that. And it's like the future is created from here, from right now. What is the next thing you need to do right now?
Yes. Oh, I needed that.
Me too. All of it. All of it. Literally everything you've said.
Oh, no, I wanted you to circle back because you asked her such a good question, Hallie, just about like if there was a project that you had to turn down.
Oh, yeah. I really had to move away from working in theater because it's at night. That's my time with my kids. And it doesn't pay very much. So like I had to let that go. And I had a couple moments, of grief. I have my mother self, I have my artist self, I have my teacher self, I have my friend self, all of it. But my artist self was like, oh yeah, I had to ask that part of myself to make some sacrifices. I chose it, but I just had to give her a moment. Like, yeah, there were a lot of roles you didn't get to play, sweetheart.
It stings for a minute though.
You have to let it sting.
Yeah.
That's the medicine to come back into the present moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then any sort of TV series that shot outside of Los Angeles was not an option. There's so many beautiful things about working for Hallmark, but it's like they support me as a single mom. They were always like, what do you need? What do you need for the kids? When do you need them to be there? What type of accommodations? All of it. And it's also, we do these movies in less than a month. So you can pour yourself really intensely into working in this period of time. And I could have my kids with me when they were littler, and then I can come home and back to my life. Whereas, a lot of I can't really be on a series that's like shooting in Atlanta for 4 months because I wouldn't be with my kids. And yeah,
Wow.
that was a no for me.
Especially now the industry so much isn't shooting in Los Angeles.
Yep, that's exactly it. A lot of hard decisions that had to be made. Yeah.
But you know what? You made them and look at you now. And that's so much like the human condition is
Yeah, I
like
think
making
we
these
all are.
choices.
I don't think there's a mom out there who doesn't resonate with this. I think it's what is asked of all of us.
How do you stay connected to your creativity in like the seasons of life that feel really overwhelming?
Well, can I ask you a question first?
Yeah.
What's your creativity? What's your creative expression? Like what would that look like? What would feel good to you?
I love to arrange flowers. I love to host dinner parties. I love to cook, decorating a room, decorating a space. Katie and I both worked in entertainment news, and that's creative in its own way. But yeah, the things that just I like to make things beautiful, I guess.
Yeah.
She's
That,
really
like,
good at it.
very Venusian, just that like beauty, that feminine beauty that you love to add to things. So does
Yeah.
it feel instead like right now you're in survival mode?
A little bit. That's a great
Yeah.
way to put it. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
there's and that's okay. But I feel like it's a little bit, I feel disconnected from myself a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's turning into a Hallie therapy session, but you're so,
I
there's
have
so
that
much to learn from.
tendency to do that to people.
Yeah.
It's like there's no space for me right now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And what it sounds like for you is like as your girls get a little bit older, there'll be a little bit more space for you to bring your femininity back into it, which what this is where moms sometimes will be like, I'll make the perfect Pinterest lunch, right?
Right.
And it's like, yes, but really your soul is craving like, can I take 5 extra minutes in the bathroom for myself this morning and really like zhuzh myself in a way where I feel like honored. Like
Yeah.
your femininity is asking for that first.
Hmm.
Whatever that can look like a lot of things. That can look like flowers or whatever it is, but a lot of times moms will take that and put it right back into the kids. And I would say
Always.
maybe do the other one first because it's one of the only places that you get to be first.
Damn, you're good.
I feel you, mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to wrap up, but quickly, I do want to ask you about your boys and phones and
Mm.
technology.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing? How are you navigating that? I think moms who have kids around the same age would like to hear what other moms are doing.
My rule was no phones till high school, still is. They did get watches when they went to junior high, so we could, and also being in a split household, it's like sometimes I need to communicate with them, and so there was also just like a logistics thing
Yeah.
too, but they don't have social media, nothing like that. And luckily my oldest one hasn't asked for it. He's just not really interested. So I think I might have an easier time of it because of that. But the little one is very much like every now and then he's like, "Can I start a YouTube channel?"
Are they going to
Oh.
follow in your
So
footsteps?
I
Showbiz?
I don't know. It's always been something that for me, I'm like, that needs to come directly from you, and you need to have the fortitude and the interest and the energy to carry it forward because you guys worked in it, right? It's a whole thing, and it requires a level of commitment and passion and willingness to be broke and uncomfortable. And not
Yeah.
everybody wants that or has that. They both have, my little one's a really, really talented musician. And then my older one just got into theater on his own, which has been really fun for me to just witness that coming forward. Whether he does anything with it long term or not will be up to him.
Oh, I love it.
Acting in the industry, you're right, it's such a thing. You have to be like you can't have a plan B. This has to be the plan. You have to wait and wait and wait. And it's like luck and preparation. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
It's
and
hard.
trying to earn an income from your art, it's a lot of pressure to put on your art. Elizabeth Gilbert writes about this in Big Magic about like
Yeah.
making this deal with her writing of like, I will never ask you to solely support me. And then of course her writing is the thing that supports her. So it's the weird, having
Right.
to give it up in order to receive it. But I do think there's merit in that, in not putting everything, so much pressure, financial pressure on your art that you stress yourself out where you don't feel creative anymore. They're gonna walk their own path and it will be perfect for them.
Totally.
If you could mass text every mom on the planet one message, just what would you say?
You're doing great, mama.
Yeah.
Period.
We all need to hear it. Period.
That's it.
I needed to hear that today. I needed to hear everything you said today. So I'm so grateful that you responded to my DM.
Yeah. What an
Like
angel.
slid right in there.
It's been fun watching your journey. So whatever I can do to support you.
Oh, and the same for us. Like whatever we can do, and hopefully
Thank
people
you.
love hearing from you and love hearing your story and what a wonderful, beautiful, inspiring, bring it back to that word, person you are. So thank you for you guys listening. Remember, motherhood is a sisterhood. Go follow Autumn Reeser. Check out Earth School. Check out her projects. Are we going to have another Hallmark movie this year?
We'll see.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Between Us Moms.
Don't forget to follow us for more mom content and good conversations on all the socials.
We're also on Substack and have a newsletter filled with tips, tea, meal ideas, and mom stuff you won't want to miss.
And we've got a secret Facebook group to connect and talk even more.
Go find us.